Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Singing Tips. Hi everyone, this is Benita Charles, New York vocalist, here for another episode of Singing Tips. And today I am at Bryant Park in New York City, and they have a really nice carousel here, so I thought it would be nice to do the scope by the beautiful carousel. And it's so wonderful watching the kids. They're so cute. Some of them were just adorable. Some of them were frightened, and some were just living it up. So it was really, really cool. I hope you are enjoying your Saturday afternoon going into evening. But I am here for another episode of Singing Tips. I see I have one person joined, so hello there. Hi there, how are you? I'm here at Bryant Park in New York City for another episode of Singing Tips. I hope you're having a great evening, and I'll just get right into it. So this is Singing Tips. Every week I give beginner singers tips on how to become professional singers. My name is Benita Charles. I am here in New York City at the beautiful Bryant Park. And last week we were on number 19. So that means that this is the last tip of this series, which is perform in front of an audience. So believe it or not, we are on tip number 20. I can't believe it either. But just to give you a little bit of background of Singing Tips, it was inspired when, well, first of all, it was inspired because I had beginner singers ask me how to become a professional singer. I see I have Vicha. Hello there. Thanks for joining. So it was inspired when I had professional singers ask me about being, when I had beginner singers asking me about how to become professional. So I thought about it and I said, okay. Oh, hello, Minister Angela Williams. Thanks for joining. It was so wonderful having you last week. Your words of inspiration is still being felt this week. I'm still getting very good feedback from your message. So thank you so much, and thanks for joining today. Just getting into the singing tips. Thanks for the thumbs up. But yeah, it was a great program last week, and so this week we have a new singing tip. And but just to give you a little bit of background about Singing Tips, it was inspired when I had a lot of beginner singers come to me because they didn't really know what to do. And so I thought about all the years I've been singing and my knowledge and putting it all together. I was inspired by the movie Get On Up, the James Brown story, and he talked about in the movie, he talked about show business, a show part and a business part. And I thought, wow, that really makes a lot of sense. And I never really put it together that way. But if you really think about it that way, it makes a lot of sense. And you can really make your money with your art if you really think about it as a business and put it all together. So there's a show part and there's a business part. We're in the last tip of this section of the show part, which is to perform in front of an audience. So we've had so far 19 tips on what you need to do to perform in front of an audience. And this is tip number 20. It's hard to believe. But before I get into the tips, I want to show you, I'm at Bryant Park in New York City, and there's a really nice carousel with all the little children. They're so cute. Some of them are really excited. And it's a really nice carousel. So it's right here in Bryant Park. This is a nice park here in the heart of, well, this is not far from Grand Central Station. It's on 42nd Street, Bryant Park. So I just wanted to show you quickly this carousel. I thought it was so pretty, and the kids are all excited, and they're so cute. Some of them are really hamming it up. Hi Tim, how are you? Thanks for joining. Isn't it wonderful? I just wanted to give you just a little peek of the carousel that I'm here at Bryant Park. So let's get into the singing tips. So we've had 19 tips so far, and just to give you a recap of the tips, this is for performing in front of an audience. So all of the tips in this section is all about performing in front of an audience. So tip number 11 was for you to sing in front of an audience. Tip number 12 was for you to protect your voice when you sing. Tip number 13, how to handle technical difficulties. Tip number 14 was singing with a live band versus performance tracks. Tip number 15, engage your audience. Tip number 16, how to stay motivated when the going gets tough. Tip number 17, equipment every artist should own. Tip number 18 was performing with a live band. And last week we talked about always having a set list. So all of these tips are to help you in terms of performing in front of an audience. So this week's tip is called, I have a name for it. It's called Song Choice. Choose wisely. So this week we're talking about how to choose the right song. So it's really important to choose the right song, because if it's the wrong key, or if it's not your style of music, it may be hard to pull it off. So I have a few tips in terms of choosing the right song. So first you want to think about what kind of songs you like. Like, what is your, we call them genres. So in terms of genre, like, do you like classical music? Do you like jazz? Do you like gospel? Do you like, what's another form? Disco? Do you like dance music? So, it all depends on your style, because you can take any song and make it your style. You can take a country song and jazz it up, or change it and make it something. So I think that's one thing that you should think about, is your style of music. Also, you want to make sure you sing in the right key. Now, you don't necessarily have to sing exactly the way it's recorded. You can always, if you're a musician, you can change the key, or you can get someone, there's something going on over there. You can get someone to help you change the key so that it's comfortable for you to sing. There's nothing like singing a song that's out of your range. If it's too high or too low, it's really hard to sing. So that's another thing. So I was thinking about in terms of selecting, and I have a list of things that you should consider when you're selecting a song. So first of all, I have, choose a song you like. That's the easiest way to learn a song, is when you like the song. When you have to learn something you don't like, it's a little hard. But if you're doing a gig and it's a request from your client, you're gonna have to learn a song you may not like. But if it's just in terms of yourself, with you choosing, you might as well start with what you like, because it's easier to learn that way. Also, I have here, choose songs that are inspiring and moving. Sometimes there's so many soulful songs and so many inspiring songs, and I think it's nice to have in your set a song that the audience can really relate to, that's moving. Like The Sounds of Blackness had a song in the 90s, Your Head to the Sky, or Ain't No Stopping Us Now, or there's some songs that really just get the audience going, and also I have your favorite artists. So if there's singers that you like in your style of music, you may do a tribute song or something in homage to that singer. So that's another way of helping you, build your repertoire, and because building your repertoire was something we talked about in the first section, your talent. So now, we're pulling it all together. Now, you're doing a show, a live show. So you're trying to decide what songs to do. So that's one way. Also, I have standard songs that every singer should know. So you want to make sure you have like "Sweet Thing" by Shaka Khan if you're doing R&B. "Before He Cheats" if you're doing country, jazz, "Around Midnight." So there are just certain songs that every genre of music has in terms of building, your set list. So also, lastly, I want to just say what inspires me. Now, sometimes if I'm seeing someone perform, they may sing a song that inspires me to add it to my list. And I don't know why that works, but every artist is different, and sometimes depending on the arrangement, it may just be a song and I think, wow, I like that song. Oh, I'm gonna have to add that. Or I'm watching an award show or something and I see one of the major artists performs a cover song or even one of their songs, and I think, wow, I like that. And it touches me. So that's kind of how thank you, I got a thumbs up on that one. That's kind of how sometimes I'm inspired, and that's why I said, for you to add inspiring songs to your list, because you never know who's in your audience who may be inspired or by the words of the song or what you're doing. So yeah, so that is in terms of your song selection. Those are suggestions that I have. If you have any other suggestions, let me know. But those are the kind of the things, the guideposts that I use to when I'm selecting a song. So I hope this is so helpful to you, and I hope you're enjoying yourself. This is Singing Tips. I am Benita Charles. If you're just joining, thank you so much for joining. Every week I give beginner singers singing tips to help them to become professional. And there's a method to my madness. We have sections, we have parts. So right now we are in the show part of show business. Moving into the business part of show business, coming up soon, but we're still in the show part. So section 1 was all about your talent. Section 2 was for you to sing in front of an audience. So now this is the last tip of this section. This is tip number 20. It is for you to choose your songs wisely, song choices. And I hope that this is helpful to you. Thank you everyone for joining. Before I close, I would like to sing a little something from my Moments in Love CD, if you're interested. This song is called "I Think I'm Falling for You." So you know how you're in a new relationship and everything is fresh and new and you don't know what's going on, and all of a sudden you have that little feeling. And so it's, you're the first thing on my mind in the morning when I wake, and you're the last thing on my mind when I close my eyes to sleep. Oh, I can't eat, I can't sleep, just thinking about you, baby, yeah. It doesn't matter what you do, just as long as I'm with you. 'Cause I think I'm falling for you. 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 Well, thank you everyone. I hope that you are having a wonderful weekend. I'm going to give you another peek of the carousel. It's moving again. The kids are excited. Oh, hi, I see Daria's here. Hi, Daria. Thanks for joining. And this is Singing Tips. I'm at Bryant Park here in New York City. It's a really nice day. The kids are having a good time on the carousel. I love it. If you, oh, hi, you can go by. Thank you. So if you are enjoying the singing tips, you can connect to me at Instagram on BCM Sings. That's the Instagram account. You click on the bio. It's all of the singing tips are archived. If you missed anything, you can go back and check it all out. And I hope you're enjoying it. I just want a special announcement. Next week coming up is the Activate Conference in Washington, D.C. on September 19th and 20th. We're all excited. It's going to be a great time, a wonderful, wonderful day, 2 days of empowerment, of enlightenment, of good friends, and, surrounding ourselves with powerful individuals, listening to powerful individuals. There's nothing like it. I have a post about it, so you can click on the link, but I'll post again for more information. But yeah, that's coming up, and I will be scoping from there, so you'll see me there next week. But thank you again for joining me for Singing Tips. Just to give you a recap, this is tip number 20, and it is for you to choose your songs wisely. I had a few tips for you to choose your songs. You can check it on the replay. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.